All right, folks, we're back live with a little Watch Me Putt midday putting practice live stream. If you're stopping in, say what's up. Do me a favor, hit the like button on the video. Answering any and all comments. Well, at least most of them. Unless you say something crazy. I'm listening to a particular song on Spotify, like the radio station, basically like related songs to that. Curious once some people come in here if there's any guesses of what I may be listening to. Boogeyman Bill may get it if he's in here, but I think the rest of you may be surprised. Taylor Swift. That's a good guess, but no. Oh, Toast. I looked earlier. I think you're still. I don't know if you meant to be. I think you're still in the Discord room from last night. So if you just go back into Discord, there should be like a red kind of like hang up the phone call type of button, and you can pop in and out of it. I don't know if you still know that you're in it or not. Quiet chat again today. We got any good topics of conversation or discussion here? Hey, what's up, Boogie Woods? Boogeyman Bill had a good round going last night. Would you string together like 4 pars in a row or something? What'd you think about the Discord? It was alright, I guess, just different. Hey, at least you tried it. Even if you don't want to do it again, at least you tried it. It was really cool the fact that you could share your screen and we could see what you were doing. Even if you wanted to, Bill, or anyone, like Discord, it's cool. Like you can like play and like see each other. But like if I was just like playing, say like with C Drum or anyone else, just kind of like for fun. Usually, what we do, we don't even share the cameras or like the screens or anything. We just like call each other directly and just do a phone call. So if you find people that want to play, or the reason why I said that is you could even just turn off like you had your webcam on your laptop going last night. You could even just turn that off too and just share your screen only and then just play and talk to anyone that wants to like come in and say what's up. Takes some getting used to. You're playing pretty good. I feel like we're acclimating you to the playing online where other people can see type of thing. It's kind of tough though. You probably got a little bit of a feel for like when I do those. I know you've done them with me, but like when someone's either talking in your ear or you're trying to read the chat at the same time you're trying to focus on the shot. Sometimes it's a little tough. One thing I wish Discord was better at is, you know how like if you're doing a regular phone call and you both say something at the same time, you can both kind of hear. Discord, I guess for whatever reason, it just kind of like if like one person's talking and someone else says something, you just can't hear like either of them. I wish it was closer for the audio to like a regular phone call. But I mean, I keep saying it for a free service, how many capabilities there are just for something that you can download and make an account for free. It's pretty cool. It hasn't really quite happened yet, but like the whole reason why I built the Discord was just like the whole reason why I started one, just to get people together that play GS Pro mainly. So you could just like pop in there in the general chat and just be like, hey, who wants to play in like an hour? Who wants to play at like 5 p.m. tonight? And then you just find someone that wants to play online. Just call them directly or pop in one of those big rooms. But I kind of did it more so because GS Pro doesn't currently have that option for like a quick play type of lobby. I kind of built it and started because of that, just to get people that may want to pop on and play. Because like playing by yourself, I do enough of it's great. Like I do the videos and um, just like playing by yourself is fun if you're working on something. But if you do enough of that, you want to play and like talk to someone while you're doing it too. It's a little more interactive, a little more fun, in my opinion. No comments on my Crocs yet. Usually that happens pretty quick. UFC partnering with Facebook to bring the sport to more people. Makes sense, I guess, with Dana White. That was what, like a month or two ago? Dana White joined the advisory board of Facebook. Playing alone takes the pressure away. Sometimes that pressure is what helps you focus. I agree. When I've played the best as of late is when I'm doing any kind of those like I'm even so used to now at this point, even just like my live streams like yesterday, doing like C drums course, I played decent, and honestly that should have been 2 strokes better. So I think I shot 3 under. It should have been 5 if everything went exactly the same and I didn't get that T misread. And then there was that one weird 7 iron where it went like 60 yards or whatever it was. Um, but I'm at the point where I'm so used to doing those, even though like I'm live and I'm like talking to people and like you can see me play, which for someone that doesn't do that, that would be pressure. I'm like acclimated to that now. So for me, when I found that I played my best is when I'm doing like um, those alternate shots or like the thing with like the scrambles with D-Lud where it means like a little bit more and there's kind of like some extra like you want to play well and you need to perform. Personally, I play better with a little bit of I don't know like anticipation, adrenaline, that kind of stuff. Feel like I guess one way you could put it is like kind of rising to the occasion more, kind of setting the stage to where you have to play well. I will say though, although can be a little bit uncomfortable at times with the extra pressure and whatnot and eyeballs on you. If you kind of, it's like anything else. Like if you're not super comfortable with public speaking or pick anything, If you just do it more often, you eventually turn that kind of weakness into a strength. If you're not, or even me or anyone, not 100% comfortable with like the pressure of like just having people see you play or playing with someone, you do that enough and you get used to it. That's 100% going to make you a better player. Trying to think what to make for dinner tonight. Kind of want something different. Was thinking maybe some kind of beef or steak. Hey, what's up, Sean? FFK in the house. I think we got another sleepy stream on our hands here. For the life of me, I can't figure out why sometimes there's 40 people in here. Before we were down with 2. I just don't get it. You tend to forget anyone but playing partners are watching. Great round with D-Led. Do I play golf in general? I do. Slicky ZYT. I do. Mostly simulated golf, but appreciate it, Sean. I saw you posted you said the same thing in the general chat. That's, I think, very much beatable. If you play with D-Led again, I think that score is definitely beatable. Any good? I'm not terrible. All I'm trying to do is be less bad. I would say I'm decent. I wouldn't say I'm good. I wouldn't say I'm bad. But we've talked about this a lot. That's all relative. People have different definitions of what good is and what bad is and what decent is. Yeah, we're pretty much. Sean's asking if you sim. We're pretty much like me, Flying Fat Kid, Boogeyman Bill here. We're all simulator golfers. What sports do I play? I mean, mainly golf right now. Golfing 3 years now, and you're 10. Nice. I mean, in high school, I played soccer, basketball, and volleyball. I played intramural, soccer, football, and basketball in college. Now, mainly, I just work out, play golf, and up until somewhat recently, until I messed up my knee, I was playing basketball every week. But I think those days may be done. I only play on course. Baseball, basketball, and football and golf. Nice. You see a lot of you see a lot of baseball players, but also like hockey, lacrosse players that kind of have that natural hand-eye coordination, the athletic like sequencing to where a lot of those guys, some of them can't control it, but a lot of those guys have crazy fast swing speeds, just kind of like taking what they learned from one sport over into golf. Like I know D-Lud, I think D-Lud played college baseball. He said he played baseball up until I forget, he mentioned it in the scramble, up until he was like 36 maybe he said. I can't remember. Um, but it wouldn't surprise me like Sean if you said that you played like pretty competitively like baseball or something. It wouldn't surprise me. Farthest golf ball is probably 150. That's pretty good though for 10 years old. You keep playing, by the time you're like 16 or 18, you're going to be crazy good. Pretty good at baseball. Soccer was my best. Really? You played soccer? What position did you play? You guess. I can't tell with you. So you're kind of taller. You were either a it had to have been sweeper. I was gonna say I could see I was about to say like an enforcer in the back, or maybe a longer, more lanky, quick striker. Um, I played defense as well. I didn't play sweeper because I'm short. So usually sweeper you want someone a little bit longer, a little bit bigger. But I played soccer almost my whole life, and I stopped after high school. But I played I started varsity as a freshman all the way through, playing defense. Brothers taught you a lot of good stuff about golf. I wasn't allowed past midfield. I know, me too. Literally, me too. My senior year, I played. Uh, me too. Exactly. I played, like I said, I started varsity. I literally played, like, you don't really come out on defense. So I played, I think, pretty much every single game, start to finish, on varsity since like, as soon as I came in as a freshman. And by the time my senior year got around, I still hadn't had a goal in all of those games. So my coach finally got tired of hearing me complain how I don't have a goal. And it was like, we were pretty good by like, towards the end of the game with like, I don't know, 10 minutes left or whatever, he would put me up on offense just to see if I could get a goal. And I did that a couple of times, like, or more than a couple of times, like probably a dozen times, and I never got a goal. One thing that sucks is my town, no local tournaments. Go and ask my parents who can get in the medals, play for fun. That'd be cool. You just got to keep playing though. Even if you can only go to the driving range or you just chip in your backyard, that's the way to do it. Hit the crossbar from midfield, but no goals. Yeah, I'd imagine. Makes sense. You probably had a pretty big leg. Were you the one taking the goal kicks, or was that the goalie? One thing I did do, I was kind of a specialist. Maybe part of the reason why my right shoulder's kind of messed up still. I was the guy that could throw. I would do all the throw-ins on my side of the field. I played right D. I would run all the way up the field, like towards the corner to do throw-ins because I could throw the ball past, like across. I could throw like three-quarters of the way across the field, so it turned almost into like a corner kick when we were close enough. But that was my specialty. I would come and do the throw-ins for the entire side. Try to get like a quick header in or something. Same with throw-ins. That's funny. You kick goal kicks. I did sometimes. There was other people though. Like I'm not that tall, so there was other people that had bigger legs than me, so they would take them. But yeah, the throw-ins were my thing. And sometimes you can technically, I'm pretty sure, at least it was, you could throw it directly into the goal. So sometimes I would try to directly throw it into like the corner of the goal. I'm pretty sure that counts. Like I don't think anyone had to touch it, but obviously I was trying to kind of lob it across the middle so someone could get it. That's funny. That's kind of a weird coincidence. Never thought of that. Yeah, we were pretty good. We had some funny. We went undefeated twice. We were pretty good. Our in both time or was it undefeated twice? It's kind of a we're getting to the point where my recollection isn't great. I think we went undefeated twice and we lost both times. A school dropped down a division, so they were pretty good, and they dropped down a division and they beat us twice in a row, my junior and senior year in the championship. Best sports baseball. Really good. I've made all starts this year. Every year. That's awesome. Lost the game before the state finals. What do we live? Do we live the same life in different states or what? I always say that was my biggest regret of I was the best at soccer. I rode the bench for basketball. I really like playing basketball, and I'm way better now because I continued playing in college and then after. So I'm way better now at basketball than I was. But soccer took up a lot of time. I played basketball, which I wasn't great at, and then the volleyball team, the coach, it was a lady. She her son was on the basketball team, so she would just recruit all the basketball players. Like I had never played volleyball in my life up until then, and I ended up getting pretty good at volleyball. I was all state. Um, I was the short. They call it the libero, the guy in the back, short little back guy that just gets pummeled with people spiking the ball. But my biggest regret was volleyball was fun and I was pretty good at it, but I should have played golf instead. Center field for baseball, batted 310 right-handed, 270 left. You're a switch hitter. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I think you and C Drum, you guys were saying the other night, you guys you played for both teams or whatever you were saying, something along those lines. So switch hitter kind of makes sense when you think about it that way. Top three batting order. I played base and pitcher, left and right-handed. We get a bunch of future Shohei Otanis out here. I never I played little league, but I never went past that. So I don't know. Baseball is not my favorite. I don't know a ton. I mean, I know about it, but not like super knowledgeable. Those were some of though. We were talking about how what was that? Maybe a week or so ago, we were saying how the individual sports like golf and tennis, how it's like all on you, so you get the pressure and all that stuff. But there is nothing like being on like those team sports back in high school. Those are probably some of the best days of my life. You only golf because they left school early all the time. Your switch hitter also. You subbed. Appreciate it. Um, all I did, I went to the driving range was fun because I used to just like whacking the ball as hard as I could. But I only played up until uh, the end of like fall time in 2017. I'd only played a handful of rounds ever in golf on course, probably like seven maybe, if that. And then I started playing. I wish like I didn't start early enough, and it wasn't really a thing. Like I didn't have a lot of friends that golfed, and the ones that did, it was kind of like not nerdy, but it was just I don't know. People were doing other stuff besides golf, which is dumb to think that way. And I should have done it knowing how much I like it now. But I would imagine the high school teams now are probably pretty competitive and probably pretty sought after for the golf teams at this point. Like I'm thinking like now compared to then, how much golf has exploded. There used to be like the golf team, they would be like begging for people. So they would literally take whoever signed up because they didn't have anyone to play. I bet now it's probably pretty competitive to where they have a lot of cuts and tryouts and all that stuff. One thing about golf is you never know where the ball's going to go. You may slice it to the right, you never know. That's very true. Golf is a game of misses. It's not always about how good your good is, it's about how good your bad is. So it's about managing misses and figuring out a good place to miss. Picking up a car from the shop, new bearings, $500. Yikes. Rocket Cup, let's go. Yeah, I was wondering. So I think we're pretty close, Sean. Um, I just want to give it a little bit of time. Like I said, I contacted that one place. I kind of want to give them just a maybe at least another day or two to get back to me, hopefully, to kind of know. But I feel like we have like 95% of the framework pretty dialed in. Um, I'm thinking. I'm thinking just to give ourselves just a little bit of time in case anything changes. I'll probably film like that announcement video this weekend and post it on Monday. And then I'm thinking give people an entire week to decide if they want in or not. Um, and then the following Monday will be the team. We'll do the teams, and then from there, it's just whenever people can play. It's like I was saying to you the other night. I want to get it to where like we're pretty sure with what we want to do, and I just don't want to make that announcement video and then have like some things that aren't the same in that video. Like if we like change any of the format of the rules to where it becomes confusing. Unfortunately, you cannot be a mod, Slicky ZY. Um, One, I saved the mods mainly for members, but two, members that have been in here for a lot of streams. So someone like Flying Fat Kid here, he's a member and a mod. If he really wanted to, if he started saying something crazy, he could time you out, or he could time Toast out. I don't know if he can time me out, but that may not be a bad thing. I accidentally timed out Seadrum the other day. I do though. I was thinking I could do it tomorrow. I could record it tomorrow and then post it Friday and then do it next Friday. So I'd move it up 2 days, but it may be beneficial just to iron out a few more things, kind of build a little bit more hype. How do you be a member? Don't worry about it. If you're actually 10 years old, I don't want you spending your money. Lucky for you, I have no idea how to do it. Well, if I guess in the future, if anyone comes in here and says anything crazy, you can like time them out, you can ban them, you can block them. All you do is you just click on the message, and if you like kind of scroll down or scroll up, it says like put user in timeout, hide user from channel, and then you can select the timeout like 60 seconds, 120 seconds, like 10 minutes, 24 hours. But I don't think there was only one person, Black Cloud. That was like a couple months ago. Some guy was coming in here and he kept saying crazy stuff. So Black Cloud timed him out. I think that's literally been the only time that anyone's ever used that. Besides, I did one on accident to Seadrum and I timed him out, and the other one, uh, you can't time me out. What if I type something? I mean, it would make sense. You can't time me out from my own stream, but Seadrum and timeout. You can block me, but no timeout. Yeah, so I did it. I kind of did like a funny. Uh, he like I think he sent a couple super chats and like he gifted some members and like he did something else that was nice. So I thought it would be funny the next time he came in. I was like, "See, Drum, I've been thinking about this for a while. You know, this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. Like, you think you can come in here and give me like good golf advice, like gifted memberships, designing courses." And then I timed him out for like 60 seconds. And then another time I did it on accident. He sent I think he sent a super chat and I tried to click on it to like it and it my fat fingers it deleted his message. Which he probably deserved anyways, but he's under he's under tornado watch today. You guys get anything like that where you are, Sean? I was thinking like in terms of like natural disaster type of life threatening stuff, there's not a ton around here. The biggest things, which aren't even that big of a deal, like I'm not on the coast, but like the probably a hurricane with like high winds and rain, like knocking like power lines down, I guess, would be like the biggest threat. But compared to like wildfires, tornadoes, people on the coast with hurricanes, earthquakes, that kind of stuff, there's not a ton here. When I start playing golf, this will be my eighth full year of like actually consistently playing. So like the it was like the end of it was like fall time of 2017. You're on a tornado watch too. Those are, I was saying when we were talking about that, I think wildfires and tornadoes are probably the scariest because you don't have much warning and they can change so rapidly. At least with like a big substantial snowstorm or even a hurricane, they can model it and they can plan it out way in advance. So you get a good amount of warning before any of that hits. But like those tornadoes that can just spin up and take like a super erratic path. Bad thunderstorms, 4 inches of rain expected. Tornado to 4 a.m. tomorrow. Do you guys have any kind of like bunker, like safe place or anything like that? 14 when you started playing? Or do you guys just go to like a basement or like your inner room of your house? I like watching Reed Timmer. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's like an extreme storm chaser. Basements, yeah. He's an extreme storm chaser, so he's mainly like a tornado guy, but he covers those. He does hurricanes, which I can relate to, so I think those are the most interesting. They literally drive into the eye of the hurricane and they ride it out. That guy's pretty nuts. I want to be surprised though. It seems like have to go. See you, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. I want to be surprised if he's live streaming out there somewhere towards UNC drum country if there's a bunch of tornadoes spinning up. Those guys have some serious stones. But yeah, I was thinking like we don't have because the like Cedric was telling me he was leaving. I think he said he was gonna try to leave work early and like make sure everything was good. Um, we don't have a lot of that. Hype video with some good clips from your rounds. I could, I could, and I should honestly. But to be honest, I already spend so much time and energy with this stupid YouTube channel doing like any kind of those intricate edits. I'm just not good at editing and I don't love editing. I'm jealous of those people that they have a dual love for both golf and editing. I just like playing golf and I don't like any of that other stuff. So, hence why I think I've heard you talk about it, but the live streams to where you're just playing and like people watch, you don't have to really edit it after the fact. And then obviously you can tell even by my videos that I do, I don't put a ton into them just because I'd rather just play more and put out more and not dedicate quite as much time to each individual one. I don't know, that'll probably hurt me in the long run, but I'll make a video of your clips, make a thumbnail too. I'd be curious to see what that looks like. Definitely don't spend don't spend your precious time going through my stupid videos. I feel it's more real this way. I mean that's funny, and I appreciate it for being serious, but definitely don't spend your time uh, sifting through my stuff just to make a highlight reel. It would be cool, but the problem is too, I play so much. Luckily, I have some decent shots. Like the most recent one was the one with D-Lud today, where I almost hold out, I like hit the cup. But I've had some other good shots too, and I just kind of like briefly celebrate them in the moment, like wow, that was cool, that was a good shot. But then I kind of just forget about them. So like even if it's not like I have a list of like oh this like good shot here, that good shot here from a week ago, I would have to go through and watch like every single video to remember which one I actually hit a halfway decent shot on. Croc and LED lights. I may mess around. I've been doing some stuff on my taxes. I'm a procrastinator, so I got to work some more on that and dedicate more time to that. But I was thinking about possibly coming in here and maybe think about it with the lights. Maybe mess around with trying out some lights in the garage. Problem is, it's just reason why I'm in here today. One, I'm tired. It's kind of sore, and two, yeah, taxes do suck. Um, it's really really cold today. I woke up this morning and it was 31 degrees with the real feel of like 22 or 25 or something like that. And even right now, it's only like 45. That's pretty cold. Lucky mine was on 18, made it easy to find. Yeah, I mean, that's the way you do it. I mean, it's definitely the way to do it to where I'm assuming as soon as you finish, you said, all right, that was a good shot. I'm just going to take the little bit of time and like cut it and make that video. Honestly, I should do that, but like a lot of times I'm out there for a while and I'm like looking forward to like breaking things down and just like taking a break type of thing. So the last thing I want to do is start going and making clips, although I should. I need AI to get good enough to the point where it can sift through my videos and make a judgment call if it's an abnormally good shot or not, and then clip it for me and then turn it into a video. That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, even just saying that, try to remember what I forget too. Even just saying that, I literally have, like, no exaggeration, I probably have 50 unedited on-course rounds that I filmed over the past 3 years. This coming June will be 3 years that I've been doing the channel. I have 50 rounds that I need to go through and edit the on-course videos, which just take forever. I need AI to do that too. Like I do like the shot tracer, you got to edit it all, you got to do the scorecard, you got to do the flyovers, you got to do. It's a pain. It's called Seadrum. How do you store them? Computer's loaded already. I actually have four, which is I kind of go overkill. Just external hard drive. So I have um, two. They're like enterprise grade ones where like they're like the enclosure is pretty big. They're like the size of like a brick, maybe like a little bit bigger than that. I think they're 14 terabytes each. I like keeping two copies. Yeah, four. So I have, call it two 14 terabyte drives. Um, Once I finish stuff, I kind of load up for a while, and then say every like couple months, I do all the stuff that's edited. So I keep the original footage and the edited stuff, and I put them. I have two separate copies. So I have, say, like this video, Middle Earth. I have the original footage of Middle Earth and the video on both 14 terabyte drives, which you need to like plug into external power. And then I also have two smaller 2 terabyte drives. I think they are. They're kind of just like plug and play. So basically, the way it goes is I record stuff on my laptop. I plug in the smaller external. I copy it over there. Bring it to my iMac that I like editing my videos on because it's bigger, like a 27-inch iMac. I put it over onto there. I edit the video, and then once that's done, I put it back on to the two smaller ones. So I have two copies of that, and then every couple months, like I said, once the smaller ones start getting filled up, I dump them off onto the bigger ones, and that's where they stay. Kind of tedious and overkill, but that's how I do it personally. That's why I do nothing with my channel. More fun to play. Seriously, you already famous Bogeyman? He is. I commented in our alternate shot, the legend of Bogey Woods, and the star of Bogey Woods has been born. I mean, I mentioned that even in. I do get a lot of like it's a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment going back and forth with you guys. Like I've met a bunch of really cool people because of it. But I even mentioned it in that video I did of how much money I make. Where is the juice worth the squeeze? I question that more than you guys think in terms of time, effort, money, energy, everything. You know what I mean? Not even if like the even if money wasn't even like a factor in it, just like the time and energy, kind of what Boogeyman Bill's saying, just like it turns it into a job versus an enjoyment thing. That Boogeyman Bill is just like 100% enjoyment until I nag him and have him come on for another scramble. That's kind of like work, I guess. But the other way to look at that, that's all kind of the doom and gloom. The other positive flip side of that coin is, like I said, meet a bunch of cool people, do some cool stuff, like this whole Rocket Cup thing that we're doing. If I just played sim golf by myself and never did all this, then that wouldn't be happening. So there's definitely give and take, good and bad. A lot of entertainment out of my content. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, that's the goal ultimately, right? To where I'm not just putting stuff out into the ether to where no one cares whether I make stuff or not. So that does it does help, and it does mean a lot when people say they actually like it, because it's like the time and effort is at least worth something. You do all the work. I just try to have fun. Yeah, I hear you. Makes sim golf fun. Otherwise, just banging balls at the screen. It is true. I was saying earlier, that's the whole reason why I started the Discord in the first place. I haven't even had it that long, but it's pretty cool what it's kind of already growing into. And I was telling Bogeyman Bill before, the whole reason why I started is to kind of just, in the meantime, before or until GS Pro makes like a quick play lobby, kind of like Call of Duty or whatever, I just made it to where people could like pop in there and say, who wants to play tonight at 5? Who wants to play in an hour? Kind of like just a group to where people could pop on and play. All the big guns are in my Discord. I don't know about that. There are some. There are some though. Like Triple Bogey, I guess you can consider him a big gun. JT Walsh, big gun in terms of golf. I don't think he does any kind of channel stuff. C Drum's a big gun. Um, who else? Golfy. I can consider Golfy a big gun. You Bogeyman struggle. I was getting to you guys. Golfy's an OG. He is. He's a good guy. That's why I was happy to help him out with the whole scramble thing. D-Lud was saying the same. Golfy's really nice into where like he that Facebook group, I've been a part of that. He does like he's really nice, which he doesn't have to do. He spends like a good amount of time almost every single day just going through YouTube and sharing other people's videos to that group. Like he doesn't get anything out of that. So that's just him being like a really nice guy trying to like help promote other people. Yeah, Ben is really super talented at tech. I agree. What is that post? I'm posting mine Saturday morning at I think I'm gonna do 8 a.m. and then uh, unfortunately I don't know if you guys can tell anyone. I think you guys both already voted. You and Flying Fat Kid and Boogeyman Bill. It seems like the reception and the enthusiasm are basically just there's a lack of votes. I think Golfy may be wanting more people to participate, so I think he wants to kind of hold it off a little bit and stretch it out. I think he was hoping that there would be more votes at this point. Um, so even if like I don't know, you have anyone you could tell, just like put a random guess in. Um, but yeah, so I think mine, the front nine will be from what Golfy told us to do. Mine will be Saturday morning. I'll probably do like 8 a.m. And then D-Lud's gonna do the back nine Sunday morning. Call it 8 a.m. or whatever. And then Golfy said he's gonna announce the winner Sunday night UK time, is what he said. You share one of your first ones? Yeah, on the front. I'll share it. Yeah, I mean, I don't get anything out of it. I want Golfy to feel like it went well with a lot of people um, excited about it, kind of thing. Because you got to figure this is another thing. Like, speaking of how good of a guy Golfy is, he's not getting anything out of this. He said he got like a channel sponsor, I think, but from what I understand, he didn't say this, but I would assume he's taking whatever money he got for that sponsorship and he's putting it towards uh, a Patreon to where he's paying money to the Patreon person supporting them. He's giving away that subscription, and then he included me and D-Lud to do the video, which he also gets nothing out of. You know what I mean? So need Ben to share it? Tell him about it. Just pop in there and tell him nothing about me. Just tell him that Golfy, anyone, because they're all GS Pro users, anyone that wants a free year to a Patreon to do it. I'll do it too if I remember. I think last time I was in there, Ben, I don't know, he seemed to get like a little bit frustrated, I think, with me. He like worked out and he was doing like he had the heart rate monitor on and I was asking him, he kept saying I just worked out and I was like playing with my kids so my heart rate's elevated, but I was asking him what his resting heart rate is because like my smartwatch gives me that and the resting heart rate is the really the gauge of how low your heart rate gets like when you're sleeping or just resting. It shows like how good of a shape you're in. And I asked like twice, and I don't think he was understanding. And he said something along the lines of like, uh, I forget what he said. He seemed like uh, I was frustrating a little bit, which I wasn't trying to do. But he was getting, uh, yeah, a little bit angry. I don't know, but it was funny. Do you still play that live every week, Boogeyman Bill? Like, do you play at the same time when he's on course? That's a really cool idea, and I would do that, but unfortunately, like they play at like 10:30. He was way high on heart rate, 150s while putting. I know. That's why I was like, I was asking more so worried about him. I was like, dude, what's your resting heart rate? And like, he didn't read the whole thing or didn't like completely understand what I was saying. And then someone else mentioned something about it, and I like asked like a different way, like what it was when he was sleeping. And he said he was like, well, I don't know what it is because I'm sleeping. But what I was getting at is like marathon runners, ultra marathon like people, their resting heart rate gets down to like 30, I think it is. I don't know. You could look it up. Whatever it is, mine's not quite that low, but I think I get down into like the 40s and 50s. I think when I'm sleeping. Yeah, exactly. I was more so worried about him, and then so I think I asked twice, and then after he saw the second one, he was like, how many times do I have to say this? Like I just worked out, like I'm fine or something like that. I wasn't trying to needle him. I was more so worried about him. But apparently he didn't know or didn't want to say what his resting heart rate was because that's all related. Like I said, you can judge how good a shape you're in if your heart rate gets really low. And if you're just kind of like sitting around not doing much or barely moving and your heart rate's really jacked up, that's that's no bueno. Usually didn't last week because we were doing the scramble through your Discord. Oh, I got it. Best scramble ever. How about Flying Fat Kid this week? Sandbagging everyone with his T selection. Only guy with 180 ball speed in the group. Catch you boys later. See ya. As soon as I start talking trash. I know. You didn't mean to. You picked the yellow tees, which are usually one up from the reds, and they were different in Canada or whatever that course was. I'll probably be heading out of here in a little bit too. I was planning on doing about an hour. Came on at 1. Probably go for another 8 minutes or so, 10 minutes. Flying Fat Kid, when are you streaming before you go? When's the next time you're going to stream? Yellow tees is 7,200. Yeah, I mean the courses that I usually play, it goes reds. I don't love um the naming of the tees. I think it should be handicap level. Get rid of like the genders and like who should play at the age and that kind of stuff. I think they should like rebrand those tees to where red or high handicap, yellow or like mid to high, like you know what I mean, versus like all the guys usually play what they say, oh well I'm a guy, so I'm gonna play the whites or the blues. And I'm a lady, so I'm gonna play the reds. But the way it goes around here is usually reds are women's, yellows are seniors or juniors, and then it goes whites, which are for like the average Joe, then blues, and then black, and then occasionally you'll get one in between. But I think golf needs a rebranding for that. Yeah, exactly. Play where you can shoot par, or at least closest to it. Because I think it would remove even like online, people don't love saying, "Oh, I'm playing from whatever tees." But if they rebranded it to where like, all right, the red tees are the 20 plus handicap tees, not the women's tees. I think people, one, it would speed up pace of play. Two, people would enjoy it more. There's a lot of benefits to it. I think if they just overall rebranded that kind of to where everyone started referring to them as the handicap tees, I think it would be beneficial. And you'd have more people that wouldn't care like the average weekend warrior, instead of him assuming that he has to play the whites, just say like, no, I mean my handicap fits better to the reds or the yellows, so I'm going to play those instead. I guess I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is it feels kind of antiquated the way they have them labeled. I would like to see a refresh. Play from the whites on course, still have fun from there. Manage the blues, but not the blacks. What's stopping you though from moving up? Because you don't usually play the whites, do you? On like SGT or I guess you can't really choose for those, but you know what I mean. Like if you're just playing a fun round, say you have like your buddy come over, are you still playing the whites on GS Pro, or are you playing like the yellows or the reds? Because I feel like what I don't know. I was gonna say mine match up, but they really don't. I almost always play the tips on GS Pro just to make it more challenging, and I almost never do that on course only because I just play the tee box of whoever I'm playing with wants to play, which is usually the whites or the blues. Um, so I play at least a couple tee boxes closer up in real life than I do on GS Pro. Play what's around 6,000 give or take. Yeah, I don't usually look a ton at the yardage. That makes sense though. Or even handicap. I guess that's another way to do it. Just emphasize the yardage of the tees instead of handicap. Just like I mean, you'd have to tie the yardage to handicap, but just be like, instead of like the red tees, no, these are the 3,000 tees or whatever. I just saw a notification. Um, a rare high risk outlook has been issued. This extremely dangerous, life threatening tornado outbreak is. It's getting cut off. I'll click on it. Red tees, I can play near or below par once I try to stay under bogey golf. Do you find more enjoyment out of one or the other, or it's just different with? One, knowing that you're going to score better, but it's easier, and two, you know you're just going to score worse, but it's more challenging. Because I do that sometimes. Sometimes, like, even if I had the course all to myself, I say, like, all right, I could play the tips and shoot worse, or I could move up a little bit and probably enjoy it more because I'm getting more pars, birdies, bogeys instead of like doubles. Yeah, across the Midwest here today with these tornado outbreaks. Historic high risk outlook for possible major tornado outbreak today. Numerous large, long track, and extremely violent tornadoes are expected across Arkansas, including Pine Bluff, Jonesboro, into Tennessee, Memphis, Brownsville, Union City, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri. Wow. Life threatening tornadoes reaching 80 to 90 miles an hour. Widespread hurricane force winds. That's scary. Man, I would not do well. If I lived somewhere like that, I would not do well with tornadoes like that. At least with like, and it's common practice, you evacuate for hurricanes because they know where it's going to hit and you just get out. I feel like a lot of those tornadoes, people don't evacuate as much. I feel like you're almost closer to like a sitting duck and you just hope it doesn't hit you. Like Sean said, he goes in his basement or whatnot. I don't know. I don't know if I could deal with that very well. I'm sure there's some people that evacuate, but go for the challenge. It's not torture. It's a good way to put it. Yeah, basically, I guess what I'm saying is I'm glad I don't have to deal with tornadoes. So I don't know if I deal well with that. I'm pretty sure, from what I've seen, the vast majority of people just hunker down and hope that the tornado doesn't hit them, which is kind of crazy. That's like hunkering down along the coastline and hoping that the hurricane doesn't hit you. All right, I think I'm out of here. I got to get some more stuff done. I got to work out later. Always fun going back and forth with y'all. But I think it's basically me and you, Bogeyman Bill, in here at this point. But have a good one, you as well. Catch you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully, Flying Fat Kid or someone streams so we have something good to watch. But I think tomorrow's supposed to be a bit warmer, so I may be back out in the garage. Possibly driver speed training, maybe. Haven't done that in a couple days, so we'll see. But catch you guys on the next one.